I've started the recording almost half an hour ago, so yeah. Yeah, music in 3, 2, now. Hello and welcome to the Part-Time Gamers, the gaming podcast for people yeah. Everything else has been going on wrong so far, so how about that too? Yeah, gaming podcast for people with full-time lives. I'm your host Cyrenex, and I am joined by my good friends Gristle and 9 of 12. Finally have everyone back, and we're starting quite a bit late because Skype decided to take a monstrous dump on us.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. So through a little bit of quick ingenuity and such, we are actually recording off of Discord now, which we'll probably do so from now on, just because it seems to be a little bit more stable. And we'll see how it sounds when I listen to this later on. But yeah, hopefully it'll work out pretty well.
Yeah, it's going to be great when you actually listen to the recording and like half the feeds are just missing. It's just you talking, and September and I are just absent.
That's going to be wonderful.
Or it's just all quiz music the entire time.
Yeah, I see you guys in the waveform, so I know you're being recorded. So
good, somewhere, right?
Yeah. By the way, I should have made sure that you guys heard the music, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's still good as well. Anyway,
it shocked me that just worked without problems, because yeah, we've had problems in the past.
Yeah, in the past, like the last half hour. But
right,
anyway,
that past, the recent past.
All right. Anyways, how you guys doing today?
Good, doing well.
Peachy.
Yep. All right. Well, so we're not keeping us too long since we're already starting pretty late. Let's go ahead and go right into our water cooler talk. So, Zach, what have you been up to? You've been missing for like a month now.
Yeah, I
think you missed the last 2 episodes.
At this point, I'm just pretty much gone. It's been crazy. I don't even remember why I missed the last episode. I think I just couldn't do it.
I think 2 weeks ago was because of like a violin recital or something.
Yeah, there were. There was that's exactly what it was, actually. Well done. You remember better than I do.
I think it was just in general because we had been recording a little bit later. We're recording back at our original time, so hopefully that'll help out a little bit. But
it will make it a lot easier on me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, what's been going on with you for the last like month?
Man, I was trying to think of that before we started recording, and I got some stuff, but like I can remember like maybe 2 weeks. So I'm gonna go with that.
I can remember like 2 days. So
well, all right. I feel like I'm doing a little better than that, but still playing games not much. I know it's been like 4 weeks, but I just haven't had that much time. So a small amount of Skyrim Special Edition still. Started playing Rise of the Tomb Raider, but not much of it. It's getting ready for a D&D 5th edition campaign. Kind of getting people geared up for that. So I've been planning.
Are you running?
Yes, yeah. Been learning the ins and outs of Roll20 so that I can do it online. It's not all going to be online, but I want to have that just in case.
Yeah. So when do you plan on starting it?
I mean, I've got from Friday from like the 23rd to the 2nd or the 3rd off. So there's I'm looking for a day in there when people are available, and that's when I'm going to get people together. And that first session I'd like in person, and then from that point on, I'll do a mix of online with meeting in person, depending on people's schedules. Online's probably going to be easier for most people, just based on how far away people are and stuff. So if there's a day in there, that's when I'm starting.
Because I might. How many people do you have committed to it?
Well, this is the weird thing. Not the weird thing. This is the thing. So I went for more people this time because we've learned from doing the podcast, there will be times when people can't make it, and generally not everybody's going to be able to make it. So I've got 7 people that say they're playing right now. But I have 2 people who have given me characters and backgrounds.
Nice.
So I'm still counting. I'm counting on the first day to have about probably 4. But I mean I can rock all the way up to 12. I've done campaigns where I've had like 11, 12 players before, so it wouldn't be the end of the world. It's just it's just crazy. So I've been learning Roll20.
If I can swing it, I'd love to join in that. I've been dying to get into a D&D campaign for a while now.
You are totally more than invited. Yes. And like I said, I'm hoping to do the first session sometime over the next week, but I can't make a guarantee because it's really because I want to do that first one in person. I don't know when everybody's schedules are going to line up over the break or over the holidays. So I'm kind of playing it by ear.
And let me know if you need help with Roll20. Before we switched to Fantasy Grounds, we used Roll20 for my group for like a year, I think.
See, it's been. I used it a little bit like a year ago when a friend of mine ran something, and I liked it, but I wasn't as impressed with it as I am now in its current incarnation with the dynamic lighting. It's just incredible. So I was like really excited to get in there, and it's been nice, but it has definitely been a learning experience. Like there's still so much that I don't know about it.
So they have Fog of War now? Is that what you mean?
They've had Fog of War. They have dynamic lighting now, where like you actually place light sources and the players see things, like they can see out to their vision, and then they can have a torch, or if they're in darkness, they can't see in the torch, and it moves as they move their token. It's really cool.
Cool.
It's very neat. So that's been cool. That's been awesome. Christmas shopping, basically done. Still have wrapping to do.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to talk about my last point because I'm going to give that to September because she wrote it first, and I'll piggyback off of that.
It's okay.
No, I won't do that. Won't do it.
All right. Anyways, what's been going on with you, September?
Saw Rogue One.
So did I. That's it. That was the point.
Just rub
totally
it
went
in.
like Thursday. I have a friend who, like, the minute tickets became available, he texted me. He's like, "I just bought 10. You coming?"
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
That's dedication.
Yeah.
So a whole pile of us went on Thursday night.
That is pretty awesome. I did not go opening night. I was not about to. Play that game, but I went a couple days after. So.
And it was great. It was ended up being Christmas present for my in-laws. They said, "Hey, what if we just send you guys money to go do a family thing?" So we took the 2 younger boys with us.
Awesome.
I love gifts like that. They make things so easy sometimes.
Yeah.
So what else? Today is my 17th wedding anniversary.
Congrats.
Congratulations. That's cool. That's very cool.
Right? I went and I bought him flowers, and he went out
and
to a doctor's appointment. He came back and he bought me flowers. So that was kind of cute. There was, for years and years, like our legal versary, when we went and did the town hall, is a few days before. And then today is like the 21st. The solstice is when we actually had our wedding. So I always just remember the 21st, and I can never remember what the other day is.
Right. Well, I mean, there's a lot of dates to remember.
Yeah.
So, but for years it was just kind of like his thing. Like I willfully would just forget because I don't need to remember, because he would always bring me flowers on that day. And then the last couple of years he hasn't.
Mm.
And I kind of like,
bummed out.
Why would you not do that? And then I don't even realize until after, because I always forget what day it is. It comes up to my anniversary. I'm like, you didn't do the thing again. So I went and bought him flowers. And hell with you. And then he bought me flowers, but it still all came out today. But whatever.
Hey, it works out. After 17 years, it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, in 17 years, if there's any thinking of each other, we're lucky, right?
Right. Exactly.
So I'm also done with Christmas shopping, still have wrapping, and then we still do stocking stuff that I sneak down Christmas Eve. But I bought snake oil. I just bought it and had it shipped, and I opened it, and I'm going to play it. We're having a party Friday night, and I figure that's going to be a really great party game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's cool.
One thing I noticed when I was buying it is I went to Amazon to get it because they didn't have it in my local shop, and it said discontinued.
Really?
I was like, what's going on? And then I looked at other listings. So I bought one that was listed under the original manufacturer that we talked about when we reviewed it, but there are listings for it under Hasbro.
What?
So those guys probably just got rich.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, if they were able to get it bought out by Hasbro, yeah, that's probably a pretty good deal for them.
Yeah, but for nostalgia's sake, I bought the original one.
Yeah, cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah, over on my end, work has been last week. Actually picked up quite a bit, so that was really nice. Made a decent amount of money that way, but still doing job search. Still putting in applications, which I probably won't get any callbacks until after the New Year's anyway. So, but and also the end of January, we're going to be moving into a bigger apartment. We're
nice.
Right now we live in a 1-bedroom apartment. We're going to be moving out. It's basically the building like right across from us. They have a 2-bedroom apartment that we're going to be moving into. And kind of the reason that we're going to be doing that is we found out a couple weeks ago that apparently we're going to have another baby. So,
oh my goodness!
I already knew that. I knew it, but I forgot.
Yeah.
And now I remember.
Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
are you excited?
And terrified.
How old is Serafina?
Serafina is just about 2 years. I think she's like 21 months or something like that. So 21, 22 months. So almost 2. So
I hope you're a really good helper because we did that with our last 2, and it's like, I'm gonna have 2 in diapers. What the hell?
Yeah.
It's doable. Come on now.
So it's going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be worth it. And but it's going to be nice to have a bigger place.
Oh yeah.
Even though
that's good.
Technically,
that's good.
Yeah, the bedrooms are actually a little bit smaller than the one we have right now, but that's because there's 2 of them.
It's that separation that's important, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. We're supposed to be doing that at the end of January.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. It's going to be an experience.
You guys are going to be so you will be in the same complex then.
Yes, it's going to be the same complex, just a different building.
Like moving far away or anything. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
It's literally like the next building over, except it's on the second floor instead of the ground floor.
That's always fun for groceries. I don't know if you've lived on a second floor apartment before,
yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
that was actually a consideration my wife brought up.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a washer and dryer inside the apartment?
Inside the complex, yes, but not inside the individual apartments.
Yeah,
which doesn't really matter to us usually because we normally do laundry over my grandparents anyway.
Oh, great. Well, whatever then. Yeah.
So, and it gives us an opportunity to go over to my grandparents and have her and my uncle spend time with Fina and everything. So
sure,
it works out well.
That's good.
But other than that, which I know that was pretty big news and everything, but fortunately have not gotten a chance to see Rogue One yet. I would really like to go see it sometime this next week. I still have to work, but whatever. The biggest factor is just trying to find someone to look after Fina while we go. But hopefully I'll be able to get a chance to watch it this week.
You just said you had grandparents. Come on.
Yeah, but maybe
exactly.
We'll think about it. Well, and then on the gaming front, I've still been playing a lot of Darkest Dungeon.
I have that game.
Oh, do you?
I do. I played it for maybe like a half hour one day, and I could not get into it, and I don't understand why, because it was getting insanely good reviews.
Yeah, I've gotten in the first week that I had it, which was probably about a month ago now. I had logged over 40 hours in the first week.
Whoa, yeah.
Right now I'm probably over 100 now.
I thought we were
And
part-time gamers, not full-time gamers.
yeah, that's just like doing 1 or 2 dungeons a day type of thing.
Okay.
But
Gotcha.
it's a really fun game. Although I'm kind of slowing down on it now because there is this pretty big grinding phase that you have to go through.
Yeah, that might be why I stopped. Why I decided not to put as much time into it, because I'm usually, when I get to a grinder, I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah. I mean, granted, to me, it's still a lot of fun. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, I can, do a dungeon or two a night and, start accumulating stuff.
Yeah.
But I've been slowing down a little bit on that, but still thoroughly enjoying it. And really, that's been a lot of the only game that I've played.
Hey,
but,
that's all right.
Yeah. Fun game, though. Unfortunately, probably not one we'll talk on the show because it does take a long time to play it.
Yeah,
you can do it in small chunks, but yeah.
Maybe we can do like an honorable mentions episode where it's like, we don't go into the meaty stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on that note, we can go ahead and get back to work. So we are going to be talking about the game Smite, which was developed and published by Hi-Rez Studios, the same developers that made why is the Tribes? Yeah. Wow.
Well, it isn't. It isn't though.
Yeah, not anymore, at least.
They made Tribe Ascendancy or Sending, or right?
Yeah, Tribe Ascend.
Whatever. Yeah, Tribes Ascend.
It was just
they didn't
Tribes
make
Ascend.
Tribes 1 or 2, I don't think.
I think they did.
Did they?
I don't remember. But the thing is, we were going to do Tribes Ascend at some point, but we could never get it to work because they've moved on to Smite and have basically stopped supporting Tribes Ascend, which kind of sucks.
I'm gonna play with it and see if I can still get it to work though, because it was a really fun game.
Yeah.
Tribes, by the way, was Dynamics. It wasn't.
It was Dynamics.
Hi-Rez.
Okay.
Yeah, way back in the day.
Yeah.
Dynamics, which became Sierra in 1998. Good stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Old school. Sorry, go on.
But yeah, it was developed and published by Hi-Rez Studios. And one thing that's really cool about the game is, like a lot of MOBAs, which this is, it's free to play. It's free to play on Windows, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and I think it might actually still be in beta for PlayStation 4. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it is also in beta for Mac as well. So you can find it on Steam for free, which is great. It is a third-person MOBA in the same vein as League of Legends or Dota, where players control these mythological gods. And while it is free to play, you can still spend in-game currency or real money to get gods and skins, like you can with basically every other MOBA. There is an option in Steam called the Ultimate God Pack, which unlocks all the gods, past, present, and future, for $30, which in the grand scheme of things is a really good deal. If you're really going to get into Smite and you don't want to have to worry about accumulating all this stuff and unlocking all the gods, you can just spend the $30. It's still less than a full game otherwise, and you just get everything that's there and what's going to be coming up, which is nice. And similar to some traditional MOBAs, when I say traditional MOBAs, I mean League of Legends and Dota. Each god has individual levels. Throughout the game, you accumulate your own gold, and you have to buy items at the shop to gain power. So it's unlike Heroes of the Storm. Again, it's all individual. So something to
the point of view
consider.
Is a little different than those two. It's more over the shoulder than top down.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get into next. Is it does have a lot of differences though that set it apart. Like September was just saying, the perspective is more like a third-person shooter rather than the overhead isometric view, which is very unique for this style of game. Also, unlike using your mouse to just click around the battlefield and everything like that, it actually controls using WASD, again making it kind of almost like a shooter as well. And there are no like point and click abilities. In a lot of these other MOBAs, you have an ability that you press the button, it activates a target, or you select the target, it does the ability to that target. There are none of those in this game. It's all skill shots. It's all pointed or aimed abilities, even your basic
That's good.
attacks. So
That's cool.
those things right there really set it apart from all these other MOBAs, which is the big draw of it. Is it's a much more action-based MOBA, and it actually kind of reminds me a little bit, at least, of World of Warcraft PvP.
Really?
So, yeah, because
Yeah, I guess
Oh,
I
I
can
can
see that.
yeah.
Yeah.
you're moving around using WASD, hitting the 1, 2, 3, 4 keys and everything like that to activate your abilities. This one, though, you still have to aim your abilities, unlike World of Warcraft PvP, where it's just select the target and do things. But I think it makes it a much more action-packed, I guess, MOBA as opposed to the other ones. It's a little less. There's still strategy, but it's much more fast-paced and a little less strategic, and just more action, because it's more akin to a shooter than a MOBA in some cases. One of the other features I think was really cool that they integrated into this was an auto level and auto buy system, which really, really streamlines the gameplay. In League of Legends and Dota, you have to go back to your shop, you have to choose what abilities you want to level up and everything like that. You have to do that all on the fly. With this one, when you're out of the game, you can go to the God Builder option for whichever god you're looking at and actually dictate, okay, I want this ability to level up at this level, and so on and so forth, and keep on going all the way through all of their levels. And then you can also pick out which items you want them to buy in which order. And then you can just set it to have a preset for it so that when you're in game, all of those factors are done automatically for you. So you're just focusing on playing the game, which I think is one of this game's biggest strengths.
I completely agree. It took, for me, the dread out of playing this, like when my son was telling me about all the having to buy all the items and that kind of thing, which I'm familiar with from other MOBAs, that they keep me away from them. Like, I just don't like farting around with all that. That's why I like Heroes so much. Like, I got a grip on my build and I can click and keep playing. And that auto buy in this was just a great release of that pressure.
Yeah, definitely. And the other thing I like about it is the fact that it still gives you that option for customization. If you want to try to make your character go in a completely different direction than normal, you can just make a preset that has those different items and just, again, go into the game, play your own style, which I think is, with those already the mentioned aspects of it being kind of akin to controlling like a shooter, having that fast-paced action, this just coincides with that and just keeping that fast-paced action. Granted, it does kind of take away a little bit of the strategy, because if you're using these presets, these auto buy level and auto buy whatever, it doesn't allow you to kind of pivot on what your opponent is doing. So it does take out a little bit of that versatility, but I think it more than makes up for that just in streamlining the gameplay and keeping you in the action. Which
you can't shut it off midway?
I don't remember exactly. There might be an option to turn it off in the menus, but I don't remember off the top of my head, honestly. I just always kept it on just because I wanted to stay in the action.
See, this trivia revenge. I play Stump Sean during these.
It's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah. One of these days, we're going to have you guys make the questions and ask me.
Oh, you don't want to give us that kind of power.
Who is the creator's second cousin who...
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
You wait, or every answer is going to be something stupid, like Dom DeLuise or...
We're making it super easy just so you feel bad.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I actually still kind of look forward to it, but anyway. But
you would.
In addition, I think those two aspects of the game really set it apart, really make this a strong game. Makes it so people who are really experienced, or even just newcomers as well, like we were, it makes it much more accessible. Because even if you if you don't know what kind of items you should be looking for, you can just find a build online, plug it in, go from there. And then once you finally get a little bit more knowledge in how to play the game, you can start customizing stuff and playing your own style. And again, kind of like all these other MOBAs, it does have different classes for the different gods that have different capabilities. There are 5 different classes. There are the assassins, which are melee. They're physical damage dealers, and they focus on burst damage. They're going to be your primary damage dealers, and they're going to be focusing on just killing other gods. Guardians are typically melee. There is, I believe, one ranged guardian, but they're typically melee. They deal magical damage, and they focus on having high defense and lots of crowd control. So they're going to be your tanks. They're going to be the ones initiating. They're going to be the ones initiating the fights, trying to keep everyone protected. You have your hunters, who are ranged physical damage dealers. That their strength is in their basic attacks. They don't have their abilities are usually just buffs or minor like mobility moves, but they don't really add to their damage. They're going to be focusing on their basic attacks. So they're going to have just
all
consistent
like half
damage.
naked chicks, right?
Yeah, that is one thing about this game. Unlike Heroes of the Storm, is there's.
They know
we'll
their
just
audience.
leave it at that.
is what it is. Is they know their general audience.
It's fine with me.
Yeah,
but
so
all the archers, I don't know.
Yeah, so let's just say it's not necessarily the most modest of characters. So, but continuing on,
my husband walks in the room. He's like, "Woohoo! What's that?"
But continuing on, trying to conveniently change the subject back to what we were talking about before. The hunters, basic attacks. You have the mages, which are typically ranged. I think there are a couple melee mages. They deal magical damage, and they're kind of all over the place. So you have some that focus a little bit more on supporting other allies. You have a bunch that have like AoE effects. You have a bunch that do like heavy single target damage. So they're kind of a diverse range, but the primary thing is they focus on their abilities rather than their melee attacks. So they're going to be just focusing on doing a bunch of flashy things. Warriors are my personal favorite class. They're melee physical damage dealers, and they tend to be kind of a cross between assassins and guardians. They have more health and defensive abilities than the assassin, but they have a little bit less damage than the assassins. So, but they're a really good mix. They're a good sustained damage type characters, which I kind of gravitate more towards. I like having that diversity and being able to have a lot of answers to a lot of different questions. So those are the 5 classes.
Can I say something about
Yeah, absolutely.
About the classes. What something I really appreciated in this game, running through the tutorial, and when you try a new hero or god, whatever, they describe what the class is in a way that is intricate. It's like if you need to have exceptional board awareness with that kind of character, or your mobility is the most important feature for that type of character, it mentioned those things right up front, and I really appreciated that. So you could, when you were choosing, you already knew what kind of play style it was going to cater to.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do think that the new player experience is I think it's very good. I think they have five gods that are free regardless. So you always, and they're I think one of each of the different classes. So you have at least one god available at all times for each of the classes. And then that allows you to accumulate all your currency that you need to get more. But it does give you a good explanation of how these different gods function and what to kind of expect from them, which is really cool. They do have tutorial videos on their YouTube channel as well that give a little bit more in depth. I've seen a lot of them that even talk about each individual god, like what their strengths and weaknesses are, and how to defend and against them and play with them and such, which I think is really cool.
I'm actually looking at their website right now, and I don't know if you've looked at the website, but they have like all the gods listed, and you can sort them and stuff. And when you click on a specific one, they have a video link that actually links right to their YouTube videos.
Yeah. So it does have a lot of good. It's a good new player experience. It gives you a lot of information to start off with, which is another good example of how this game is pretty good. In addition to the 5 different classes for each of the gods, they also have a couple different game modes. Then they primarily focus on just having a different map. For them have basically the same objective, which is destroy the enemy Titan, which is their equivalent to a core or whatever, just the final boss for each team. Conquest, it's a big, it's 5-on-5, large 3-lane map with jungles in between the lanes. Assault is 5v5 with a single lane. There's no jungles, and the gods are chosen randomly. So that one is just basically just pure team fighting down the lanes, basically. Joust is 3v3 on a single lane map with a jungle. So there are some other things that you can go kill in a jungle to give you a buff and everything, but it's still just a single lane map. You have Siege, which is 4v4 on a 2-lane map with a jungle in between in between the lanes, and your team can accumulate points in order to get a Siege Juggernaut to help you push the lane. The one that I actually find the most fun and is also the most different from all of these is Arena. It's a 5v5. Excuse me, I have to have at least one burp.
Good. Keep it up.
It's a 5v5 on a small arena map. It has no lanes, no towers, or titans. And you're not trying to destroy a specific target. You're trying to remove points from your other team. I think each team starts with like 500 points, and you're trying to get them down to 0 first. You do that by getting kills against the other gods or their minions, or by escorting your own minions to the enemy team's portal, which is right in front of their protected area or whatnot. That one I personally find the most fun because you're not having to worry about towers or anything like that. It's basically just pure team fighting, which I find very fun in this game. It kind of brings out that shooter fan in me again. So
sure,
yeah, I really like that. But yeah, one question I wanted to ask you guys: what kind of classes do you think you would gravitate towards, and what kind of gameplay style do you think you would gravitate towards?
Go ahead, Ember.
I'm still working through what I like best because I was trying some of the different styles in the free characters. I thought initially I was going to stick with the ranged, like I was playing Neath.
Yeah, and hunters.
Yeah, and then I thought, well, in Heroes, which is counter to every other game I ever play, I really like tanks, so I thought I'd give that a go, but I was kind of scared that people were just going to get mad at me. So I tried the ranged mage. I tried Ra, and then I tried the the Asian themed Guan Yu. Yeah, Guan Yu. And I was really liking Guan Yu. I mean, he was durable. It was really a practice for movement because I don't do shooters. So using keyboard and mouse, it was a different style of movement that I'm used to, but it felt good. It felt like a good curve of I was getting better at it. I was going in making saves for my team because he's got an AoE heal or buff on top of, being able to just kick some butt, stay alive, and run.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was, and he's one of those. What is his class?
He's a warrior.
Yeah, but not the Guardian style, the other one, like the other brute melee. Yeah, and I was really liking it. Hard though. I mean, it was rated at medium, I think, because they're easy, medium, and hard.
Yeah.
So the aiming is a thing. But other than that, I mean, a lot easier than Raw had such a delay on trying to aim and then get in there by the time it hits. Like, you have to really predict with that one where they're going to be. And in something like Arena, that might be better in the other modes. But in Arena, that one was super hard.
Yeah, definitely. What else was I going to say? Yeah, I tended to gravitate towards the warriors as well. Like I was saying earlier, I like that diversity of being being durable but still being able to deal damage. What else was I going to say?
I think for games like this, at least for me, I always tend to pick my character based primarily on like, and I think a lot of people do it this way, based primarily on the art of the character. And I'm like, oh, this character looks really awesome and they're really cool. And then like I play them, and if they suck, or if I suck as that class, then I like drop it and I don't touch it. And then I go to like the next one down the line. Well, this guy looked pretty cool too. So like I feel like I would be gravitating probably towards warrior in this game based purely on the art alone. But also I think part of the draw of this game is the fact that you are playing as gods and they're not just like these random like first party characters. They are, because clearly they're interpretations and by high res, but
and from like all different pantheons.
yeah, and I think that's cool. So like I really like Norse mythology, so like playing as Thor, like that's to me that's really, really cool. And it's
although
nice
one thing that kind of is interesting about playing with Thor is in like every other instance that we see Thor, he's a very, very durable hero. He's not in this.
Yeah, he's an assassin. Yeah, which is strange to me, but I think it'd be cool to try out. So I guess that's what I mean. Like, I feel like I can't really nail down a play style based purely on just like how they play, unless I totally suck as a specific class, and then I like don't touch it.
I really wanted to try Thor on principle, and I haven't yet.
Yeah,
because I collect the comic, and Thor is female now.
That's right.
They need a girl skin for that, man. I'm all in.
They do. That would be sweet.
That's another thing that is actually really interesting. Is the variety of skins that they have for all these characters as well is just really funny. Like,
it's crazy.
Yeah, the specific hero that I kind of gravitated towards, and I know it's going to be a real surprise for you, Zach. But it's
I'm already wait, don't tell me. Hang on. I'm gonna look.
Yeah, let's see if you can guess.
Okay, hang on.
It is a warrior. I already mentioned that, but that's right.
That's right. I'm gonna go with. It better not be Hercules.
No.
No. Is it Tyr? Is it Sun Wukong? It's Tyr.
Yeah. And I realized after I started playing him that it's like, wait, it's Tyr the Lawbringer. Dang it, I'm a paladin again.
Yep, you are. You just can't seem to get away. Although he has some really cool skins.
Yeah, I think
you got a Hail to the King skin like Ash from Evil Dead. That's amazing.
Yeah, it turns his sword into a giant chainsaw.
Holy cow, I need that.
Yeah, and he's got like the shotgun hand.
Yeah.
With like a morning star behind it. That's cool.
Never thought of that. Ash is cool. Paladin.
Yeah.
Oh, Ash is totally a paladin.
But yeah, that's the character I gravitated towards. He was one that once I was able to accumulate enough in-game currency, I got him. Because I also just really liked his style. The fact that, again, he has that diversity. He has an assault stance and a defensive stance. So you play him right, he can actually do a lot. He can answer a lot of problems. So, but yeah,
I answer a lot of problems.
With
his fighting. I do.
Well, yeah, I already mentioned that my favorite game mode was the arena. Did either of you have like a preferable game mode?
No.
I haven't. I kind of got stuck playing arena, surprisingly, and didn't spend more time past the tutorial in the other modes. But I think it's going to be a mood thing for me because I still want to go through. The other one seems like a little more like an adventure with the laning and picking up
Yeah.
buffs from the jungling and stuff. And when I feel like I have the moves down the characters, because I feel like Arena's really good for that too, because it's so fast, and it'll be a really good way to be solid in all those moves and then go play team matches where there's actual laning and more strategy involved.
Yeah.
That's a solid tactic.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Arena is primarily just a bunch of team fighting. You don't have to worry about the lanes or anything, but it's the most fast paced. But
I feel like most people would go towards that.
Yeah, I would agree. In fact, I believe when I was doing the auto buy on auto level presets that they had just already in the game, they actually had just one that was for Arena, because it is
did they?
You do
It's
play it very differently than you do the other modes.
Okay. Yeah.
But I kind of gravitated towards that. And I agree with September that it's a good place to start because it does give you that experience with how to move your character, what kind of abilities, what you can expect their abilities to do, how they behave. Before we're having to add in, okay, now we need to figure out what we're going to do with towers and all these, all that other stuff.
So, right.
I did look it up and find it, by the way. You can turn the auto buy off during a match, but you cannot re-enable it during the match.
Okay, so you can. It does, in that case, it does allow for that little bit of being able to pivot on what the opponents are doing, but you can't. It takes you a little bit out of the action then, because you have to then choose everything manually.
Yeah, but when somebody's got a crazy build, I imagine if you were good, you would just have to sometimes to get the right counter, or you're just done.
Right.
Yeah. But even another point for this game is the fact that it gives you that versatility. It gives you those options. So I think it all in all, I think it is a very well designed game, and it draws from.
Yeah, it looks nice.
It's a very, very nice looking game, and it gives you that versatility on how to play. It is a MOBA, so you're still getting that, but it still plays a lot like a shooter. So you're getting all of this draw from that, and the best part about it is the fact that it's free to play. You're paying either in-game currency or real money for the gold or for the gods and the skins, but you don't have to do that. They give you 5 free heroes, and even just logging in gives you in-game currency, which is nice.
And it's got dailies,
type
things, and
it's got daily quests. It gives you bonuses, increasing bonuses for logging in sequential days. So it's got a lot of options, gives you a lot of versatility, and all in all, it's still a very solid game.
I had all the settings on high. It just automatically went to that, and there wasn't a glitch, not a stunner.
Yeah. All right, but was there anything else that you guys wanted to mention?
Just that it is optimized nicely, and I think that September just pretty much touched on that.
Yeah, definitely. Even on my crappy computer, it runs really well.
Right.
All right.
And it makes me wonder about their engine, and I'm going to have to do nerdy research.
Yeah.
All right. But in that case, all right, time for our employee assessment. And it's actually nice to have both of you. Sorry, my wife just laughed in the background randomly. But I don't know if she was laughing at me or the show she's watching. But but it's nice to actually have both of you on for this again, so that way you each can just blame the other person for whenever you get it wrong. Anyways, the rules. Have to agree on the answer, and we'll go from there. Anyways, question number 1: which of these pantheons has the most gods represented? Is it A, the Chinese pantheon, B, the Norse pantheon, C, the Roman pantheon, or D, Egyptian pantheon? Which one of these has the most gods represented in the game?
I think Roman.
I was going to say Roman or Egyptian.
But I'm trying to remember the Greek-Roman break, and if the question's a trick question where they
What, they actually do that? Because pretty much all of the... Oh, well, I guess not all of them.
Because it has Athena in it, which is...
Athena is the Greek?
That's what I'm thinking, so
Right?
then that would switch over.
But do they actually... Do they count them like that? Or do they just call them all
That's what
Roman
I'm saying.
gods?
It could be a trick question.
Maybe we should just go with Egyptian. I mean, they had a lot of gods.
I know they've got Anubis, Nath, and Ra at least.
Isn't Set? Or maybe not. I can't remember. And this is just from me, like, just browsing the website a little bit ago. But I clearly don't have it up now because that's cheating. And homie don't play that
Yeah,
way.
I was just about to mention that.
No, that's not up. I'm not running that.
I
Come
don't
on
know.
now.
I think Egyptian or Roman.
All right, well, I mean,
Either's good.
your first inkling was to say Roman, and that was actually mine too. So let's just go with our gut.
So we're
right.
both agreeing on Roman.
Yes.
Is incorrect.
Good.
Is actually Norse.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I
think
only remember
Norse.
seeing Thor and Loki. Who the hell else they got?
Oh, they also have Odin.
They
They
have
have they.
Oh no, never mind.
Yeah, the Norse pantheon I think had
Oh, they have Fenrir as
13,
well. Yeah.
something like that.
Okay.
I think
remember
Roman
seeing
and
some
Egyptian
more of
had
them
like
now.
11 or so, something like that. Greek actually had the most, but I didn't include that because that would be a little bit too obvious.
Oh, so
All right.
there is a separation between Roman and Greek then.
Yes,
Okay,
there is
well,
a separation between them.
Good to know.
Yep. And question number 2. I mentioned during the show that there's only one ranged guardian in Smite. Who is it? Is it A, Bacchus, B, Sebek, C, Sylvanus, or D, Ymir?
Oh, Sylvanus, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Are you both agreeing on that?
No.
No!
Come on. No.
wrong world.
The art's similar though.
I want it to be Bacchus, but
I do
have
too, but I don't. I feel like it's probably not.
If there's a Bacchus, I need that too.
There's a Bacchus. He's in there.
Oh my god, I have to have it.
He's totally in there. Yeah. I was like, whoa, this is crazy that they included Bacchus. What were the other ones?
It was Bacchus, Sobek, Sylvanus, and Ymir.
So either Mir or Bacchus, probably, because pretty sure it's not Sylvanus. No,
Pretty sure it's not.
I don't even know who Sobek is. You know, I don't know actually. I could not tell you. I'm gonna go with Bacchus because awesome.
Bacchus.
Yeah, Bacchus.
More wine.
More wine, please. And that way, even if we're wrong, more wine. So it's good.
Exactly.
So you're both agreeing on Bacchus?
Yes.
It is incorrect. The funniest thing is, it is Sylvanus.
What?
What?
There is a, I think he's I can't remember if he's Roman or Greek, but there actually is a god named Sylvanus, and it's actually a man.
Spelled the same way?
Sylvanus.
Okay, it's
So I
gonna
think it's
spelled
one.
the
not spelled the
Yeah,
same
it's
way.
one letter difference.
Yeah, it's a Roman.
So when you
god.
said that, I was like, "Oh crap! How do
Trixie.
you know this?"
Oh. Darn. that's-
No, we were making Warcraft jokes.
Yeah, we were. Oh, we thought we were clever too. Damn.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Damn.
Question number 3. How many mages are in Smite? Is it A, 24, B, 26, C, 28, or D, 30?
Holy crap.
How many mages are there?
Okay, 26?
Yeah, I was about to say 26, I think.
You're both agreeing
Sure.
on 26?
I'm ready to get this one wrong. Let me hear that beautiful buzzer. Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I like to hear.
It's 24.
Whatever. We were only 2 off. That's close enough. That's passing.
Yeah. All right. Question number 4. How many of these mages are from the Chinese pantheon?
Oh my
Is it
goodness.
A3, B5, C7, or D9?
I think it's a lot. I'm gonna go with D.
Sure, let's do that because it's my name. Although that's like almost half, right?
Well, out of 24?
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind,
9 and 9 is 18.
the Chinese pantheon does have the most mages, or
It
the
does.
the mages. The pantheon that has the most mages is the Chinese pantheon. So keep that in mind.
Maybe we should go with 7 to be safe. Unless you think, well, there's 24 of them. There's a lot. Let's just go with 9. Let's just go all out. Let's go with 9.
So you're both agreeing on 9?
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
That is incorrect.
7.
It's 5.
5. Okay, it's good. You can mislead us a little further. That's fine.
Yeah, like I said, it is kind of strange though that the Chinese pantheon does have the most mages. But yeah, it's only 5. Everything else is less than that.
2 or 3.
All right,
So
last
many,
question.
yeah.
We're gonna
Last
get this one
question.
wrong.
Question number 5.
Prediction.
Of these warriors, which has the highest base health?
Odin.
Is-
Final answer.
Okay, that's actually one of the answers I put on here. That's number C. Letter C.
Number C.
But
What
the
are
other
the other-
answers are A. Bellona, B. Guan Yu, C. Odin, or D. Amaterasu.
Let's just make Zach happy and go with Odin.
Yeah.
It should be.
It should be Odin. So even if this is wrong, they're wrong.
I can tell you, Guan Yu's pretty durable.
Yeah,
Even I didn't very much.
He is. Guan Yu would be a beast, I'm sure, but I like Odin. Let's go with Odin.
You're both agreeing on Odin?
Sure.
Apparently I need to get new hosts. No, it's actually Bellona.
Whatever. I don't even know who that is.
I think-
they must not
Although
be that cool.
the difference between them, I think, is 5 base health. I think Bellona has
jeez.
480, Odin has 475. I think
I
there's
just tried to
at least like 3 or 4 other gods that have 480 from the Warriors as well.
I just tried to search for Bellona on Google, and I forgot that was a character on Star Trek Voyager. So thank you, Sean. Appreciate that.
So yeah.
We did good. This is a record.
Yeah, you did really well at not.
Thank you.
So
a
so I
perfect
guess
score.
for
Yeah.
the new year, I will be doing auditions for new hosts.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's fine. When are those going to be?
I
Because
don't-
I need to know because
Gotta do the name change.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
No. But yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully next time we'll do a little bit better. This is your verbal warning.
These-
Yikes! I don't want to get written
All
up.
All right.
Gotta love the trivia.
And yeah.
It's a good way to make
all.
all our listeners trust how much our advice about the
Yeah.
games.
Right.
And I'm sure if our listeners actually play Smite, they're just like, "What are you doing?" But
I know.
yeah. We're
we're
part-time
part-time noobs.
gamers, so yeah,
We're gonna offend somebody horribly. The hate
Yeah.
mail is gonna be real.
All right. But with that, it's time for us to end our day. Everyone, thank you for joining us. And if you find value in our show and would like to support us, you can at patreon.com/parttimegamers or by giving us a 5-star review on iTunes. I'm still working on the details for Google Play Store. Hopefully I'll get that up at some point.
Cool.
If you'd like to contact us, you can with our email, parttimegamers.cast@gmail.com, or on Twitter at PTGcast. You can find me on Twitter at Cyranex or on battle.net, Blizzard Tech, whenever they decide to change that branding, with the battle tag Cyranex number 1996. You can find the show and the rest of my work at Caffeine Deuce Productions. Ember, where can people find you? Ember?
Ha! They can't.
Wait, what? I can be found at 9 of 12 on Twitter. That's NINEOF12. And on BattleNet, 9 of 12, number 1102, and at geekgrills.com.
Cool.
And you can find me on BattleNet with the battle tag Zachlith number 1466.
And
Wow,
that's
I'm on
Zachlith
there.
with an X.
Well, it's really with however they want to spell it.
Yeah, they just won't necessarily get you in that case.
Right. I don't like
Someone
to.
else.
I don't like to confine people. I let them think outside the box if they want to.
All right, everyone. Yeah, until next time, we are the Part-Time Gamers clocking out. And it would help if I did that the right way. There we go.
Hooray!